Hello, good evening. This is the second video in a series of about 6 videos on the voice of people experiencing homelessness in Corpus Christi. If you have not already listened to the introductory video, I encourage you, I ask you if you would please listen to that video first, because it introduces everything that I'm about to tell you about now and over the next 5 or so videos. This video is part 1. Part 1 is we are as diverse as everyone else. The generalizations and stereotypes of people experiencing homelessness are not helpful. Our community is as diverse as any other community. We are all different. Some of us are the prey. Some of us are the predators. Some of us are well educated. Many of us are not. Some of us suffer from mental health issues, and most of us struggle from unresolved acute or chronic trauma, which leads to mental health issues. Some of us are heavily addicted. Some of us are struggling to manage our addiction. Some of us do not use street drugs. Some of us who do use street drugs or alcohol are just trying to cope with or to cover up our trauma or our mental health issues. And some of us are unable to get prescribed medication, or we're unable to follow our treatment regimen when we're living on the streets. Some of us who are doing better than others think we pulled ourselves up by our own bootstraps. That's what we're supposed to do, right? So we feel like we've pulled ourselves up by our own bootstraps to get where we are now, and we've become as judgmental as some of you toward those of us who have not reached our level of success. We think we are better than those who have disabilities that are more hidden. Some of us who are able to follow rules, to abstain from street drugs, to stay out of trouble, to regulate our behavior, and to move up, even while we're still homeless, have become like the prodigal son's older brother in the parable of Jesus. We have become resentful of those who we think are just lazy, irresponsible, and yet who are still loved and cherished by the generous, loving Father. Some of us who are just temporarily unhoused, who are less emotionally damaged, or who are not as neurologically broken, have no clue what it takes for other, more damaged souls to just get up in the morning and push our boulder of trauma, inequities, failure, shame, and guilt up that hill one more day. Especially when people are pushing it back down instead of helping us to push it up. Some of us would be more successful in an apartment with roommates. Some of us in an apartment alone. Some of us in a country home with friends who could milk the cows and gather the eggs. Some of us need high-touch case management, which begins after we're in a house, not before we're in a house. While some of us only need minimal support. We are diverse. Some of us won't get off the streets until everyone else does. But deep down, no one really wants to be homeless. Thank you for listening. This is part 1. We are as diverse as everyone else. Stay tuned for the second video, the third video, part 2. It's confusing, isn't it? Third video, part 2, coming up I'll see you there. The name of the next video is Deep Down, No One Really Wants to Be Homeless. I'll see you there.